welcome to my YouTube channel. This is me, Jemienaftaly, on the pediatric world, the only channel whereby we teach the mothers, we provide the knowledge to the mothers, the caregivers, the guardians, everybody who is taking care of the children. We give them the knowledge and the know-how on common illnesses affecting children while growing up. And so I welcome you into my channel. And welcome to today's episode. We are still continuing on HIV infection in children. And today we are doing the classification of HIV, the classification of ARV drugs, the ARV drugs, the drugs that are used for the HIV. So the opening statement is that HIV attacks specifically cells with CD4 molecule. And that is why we do the CD4 count to any HIV infected patient, because what the HIV virus does, it targets now the cells with CD4 molecules. Now, the immune cells with the CD4 receptors include, we have things we call T lymphocytes, we have macrophages, we have monocytes, we have B lymphocytes, and also we have things we call T helper cells. T helper cells regulate the function of other immune cells. So these are the ascaris, if I may say that in layman. These are the ascaris that really guard our bodies, the immunity in the body. So if this is disrupted, if they attach themselves to these immune cells, now the virus gets access to the body. Hope this is clear. Drugs are classified depending with the level at which the HIV virus destroys the cell membrane and reaching the target cells, which are the CD4 cells. Now, classification of HIV drugs. How are the HIV drugs classified? Number one, they are classified. We have one classification called the fusion inhibitors. Now, what the virus does when it gets at the entry point of the cell, so it fuses itself. The virus fuses itself with the cell membrane so that it gets access. So we have drugs that prevent this fusion. Now we are calling them the fusion inhibitors. And example, I know some are going to be hard names for you, but examples of these drugs, we have a drug called enfuvitin. This is a drug that is a fusion inhibitor. That is one classification. Another classification, we have integrase inhibitors. Now, after the virus gets access to the cell membrane, now it integrates, it multiplies in the cell, it multiplies now in the body. So to prevent this integration, this multiplication, we have integrase inhibitors. Inhibition means prevention. So an example of this, we have a drug called raltegravir. Yes, raltegravir. I know they are hard names again. So this is another classification of HIV drug. We have another classification called non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Example here, we have a common drug that we mentioned. This is nevirapine. Remember when we were doing the HIV exposed infant, so we were doing the prophylaxis, the prevention, by giving the nevirapine and giving another drug, we said zidovudine. So the nevirapine is under this classification of non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. So another fourth classification, we have nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. This other one was non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. Now we have nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. Now here we have an example of zidovudine. That drug we were giving with the nevirapine to a HIV exposed baby. So another classification, we have protease inhibitor, and example we have ritonavir. So this is the classification of HIV drugs, and each has its purpose. So what we do when we are doing the ARV, when we are starting a patient on ARV, we combine. We do not use drugs from the same classification. We do the combination so that it may cover all of them. Now, we have predictors of rapid disease progression. predictors of rapid disease progression and early deaths in children. What contributes to the disease, to the virus progressing so fast? We have one, maternal factors. Maternal factors, we have things like high viral load. So if the viral load is so high, now we are going to have the disease progressing so fast and children are dying so fast. We also have low CD4 counts. Low CD4 counts. We said the CD4 count is what we check, and this is the target for the HIV virus. So we need to keep checking. If the CD4 counts are so low, so the disease definitely is going to progress again so fast and causing these infant deaths. We have sick mothers. If the mom has got any other infection other than the HIV, sick mothers, then again the disease is going to progress so fast. In the side of the infant factors, we also have the same, the viral load in infant being so high viral load, again it is going to contribute to disease progressing faster and causing deaths. Also low CD4 count, just like the maternal CD4 count being low. Another thing in infant, we have prematurity. Remember our topic on premature babies, these small babies, the babies that came before the 37 weeks gestation. These babies are so small, already their immunity is compromised. So if we have premature babies and on top they have HIV virus, so this one is really going to affect them, and we are going to get deaths so fast. Yes, the mortality is really going to be so high, the deaths. Also early onset of something we call failure to thrive. Failure to thrive is failure to gain weight in infants. So if they are not able to gain weight, their immunity again is not so strong, and again they have HIV virus. So this again is going to cause us the disease progressing really fast. The last one is lack of breastfeeding. Remember when we were starting, we said all HIV mothers are recommended by the WHO to breastfeed exclusively the first 6 months. We should have exclusive breastfeeding for the first months without mixed feeding. So there's nothing to say like the mother is HIV positive, so no breastfeeding. No, the baby is really going to miss a lot of nutrients, we said in our episode on breastfeeding. So we really don't want these kids to get disadvantaged from getting what is in the breast milk. So we recommend the exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months. So if we don't breastfeed, these babies don't get the immune factors that are in the breast milk, and they are really going to be, the immunity is going to be so low, and on top they have the HIV virus. This causes and contributes to the disease again progressing so fast, and also having the early deaths in children. So we should advocate for breastfeeding to all mothers for the exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months despite being HIV infected. Hope this is clear, and we are going to go bit by bit. This is the end of today's episode. So if you have any questions, please ask I've provided my email in the end of the episode. So if you have any question, please ask in the email. Also in the comment section, any clarification, just ask. Also turn on your notifications so that you may be the first person to know every time I post a new video here. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Till next time, bye-bye.